Don't tell me you cannot hear me anymore.
Can hear you.
Okay, good. Thank you, Carol. Okay, so basically, so let's move on. So because of the compliance, you see, all these are compliance. We need to follow all the compliance given to us by Bank Negara. Okay, so basically, Bank Negara is very strict and they are very careful because we need to uphold the highest integrity. Because as you all know, insurance is all about taking money from the public, care for that fund, and pay out legitimate claim when the people suffer. Okay, why I say legitimate claim? Because ISM reported that there are billions, start with B, not M, billions worth of false claim. Yes, you hear me right. Billions worth of false claim that we paid out, and people try to cheat insurance company every year. Okay, so basically, we are the custodian of public fund. So because of that, we have to act in the utmost integrity and utmost professionalism to make sure that we only pay legitimate claims. All right. So basically, all these are the conduct and policy document required by Bank Negara onto us. Okay. And we, in return, we will impose it onto you so that make sure that you all follow and you all don't breach. If you do, sorry, there will be consequences. There will be penalty, there will be termination. And if you were to involve in any financial crime, for example, if you solicit bribe, okay, if you ask bribe from us or from anybody, then you will go to jail. We have to report you under the anti-financial crime, AFC, and SPRM will come after you and you have to pay the penalty and you have to go to jail. Okay, so this is a very serious matter. Again, like I say, don't take it lightly. Don't think that people don't mind. No, people mind. People will take uh, uh, punitive action against you. Okay, so very serious. Now we move into the principle of insurance. As far as insurance is concerned, this is one of the most important issue that we need to know. First thing first is insurable interest. Okay, many times I was asked personally that somebody asked me, hey, my wife is having a house, but she does not want her name to be in the policy. I put my name as the house owner, can or not? Okay, so long as your wife does not have a bank loan, she owns the house, she can, of course, give the house to you without any encumbrances. Then, of course, you can be the uh, homeowner and you can insure. But if your wife has a loan with a bank, the bank will not recognize you, even though you are the husband. The bank only recognize your wife. So where is the insurable interest in this case? It's always the name that appears on the loan, even though you're the wife. You're the husband. Okay, please bear in mind. Of course, I've come across many times people ask me on this question. So I'm going to tell you once and for all, because a lot of time the businessmen those days, they want to diversify their account. They create a few accounts and they put their property, onto the different accounts and put the business owner as under accounts, which is fine. It's not illegal. But when it comes to insurable interest, you must always follow back who is the one that has the bank contact. Even the refund premium, it has to go back to the person name as in the bank and in the policy. And the bank owner and the bank account owner and the policy owner must be the same name. If you are different name, sorry, you cannot use. So basically, like I say, ownership of property, very critical, very important. You must make sure that it is properly issued, or else in the event of a claim, they're going to have some dispute. Okay, losses in respect of lease property, trustee. Okay, If you hold in trust and all those things, you must make sure that you spell out clearly who are the trustees and all that. Okay, mortgages, you must make sure that the loan, the bank, the financial interest name is mentioned. Okay, now tenant who have converted to insure a property. Can the tenant insure? Can. Why it happened is because the tenant got his own household goods in the house. Okay, if the landlord just rent an empty apartment to a tenant, the tenant will bring his own TV, his own sofa, his own bed, his own cabinet, his own everything, his microwave, everything. So he, as the tenant, have the right to insure all the household goods. Whereas the landlord who owns the building have no insurable interest. Okay, so always this remember, all this must remember, and you must make sure that it is made known carefully. A person's liability under a common law. Okay, what is common law? Common law is the law that is being erected during the colonial days, and until today we still practice it because this is based on UK law, and meaning any form of criminality or any breach, you'll not consider as it will be considered as breach, and everybody is liable. You are liable for anything that happened to anyone. Okay, so always remember under insurable interest, if a person, for example, he has a public liability policy, that public liability policy, if he is the shop owner, okay, ABC Senyambaha, he has a public liability, he cannot assign that policy to another person. Okay? He has to be his own. So this is what it means, insurable interest. Very important. Then, of course, the carriers incapable. Okay, maybe you all don't have this policy. Don't worry, you don't have to worry about this. But again, any property held by them, they have the insurable interest. Okay, a company on the life of its employee, for example, you have a client, Sharika ABC, they got 20 staff, they buy PA for the staff. Okay, then who is the insurable interest? The insurable interest is always the company, not the individual staff, because in the event of a death of individual staff, the money will be paid to the company and the company to reimburse the staff. Okay, remember, this one, just now I mentioned, if your wife owns the property, then make sure that the wife's name is on the policy, and not yours. And if he's a PA, then the beneficiary you have to put, let's say if you buy a PA for your wife, the beneficiary is yourself, then fine. But if your beneficiary is not yourself, you want to put any other people, cannot. It has to be relative. Okay, if you have a kid, you can put your kid. If you don't have any kid, you can put your the wife mother or the wife father. Okay, if the wife father or mother died already, how? The wife's sibling. Let's say if you don't have any kid. Okay, so make sure you know all of these. Very important. Insurable interest. Okay, the second one is called proximate cause. Every form of loss, hear me out, there must be a direct cause. Direct cause. The cause of that is what trigger the loss. Okay, always remember. Now, if the policy is insured without the perils that trigger the loss, sorry, it's not payable. Don't argue. Don't go to court. Don't go get lawyer. No point, because the policy spell out very carefully, very clearly. You can only insure perils that cause the proximate cause when there is a loss. Material fact. What does it mean? Meaning any item that you bring to the company to insure, you must make sure that all the facts are correct and in order. Okay, for example, a lot of times this happen. When the machine is insured with the company, the serial number is wrong, or the capacity is wrong, the make and model is wrong. Yes, many times. So when that happens, in the event of a claim, there will be dispute. All right. So material fact is very important. Material fact also applies to when you buy a health policy. When you buy a health policy, you must make sure that you declare your material fact carefully and as accurately as exactly as possible. For example, if the medical proposal form asks you, do you have any existing illness? If you think you have, you better say yes. I think I have migraine, or I think I have heart disease, or I think I have kidney issue, or you must stress it up, because you know why? Because if you don't, then you are in breach of the material fact condition. Utmost good faith lies linked together with material fact. Utmost good faith means you must tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. Just like you swear under oath in court, you must tell the truth. Okay, so whatever you put down there in the proposal form, you better tell the truth. Okay, better tell the truth. Don't hide any information from us. No good. It's a breach of the principle, and you will be penalized for breaching. Okay, indemnity. I need to mention about indemnity specifically because a lot of times people complain that the insurance don't pay enough. Okay, the candidate say, not enough. Forever pay not enough. Why not enough? Okay, reason because the client is expecting to make some gain as a home insurance. They thought they can claim more. Cannot. No way. Insurance is never about claiming more. Insurance is all about indemnity. You must be paid according to the situation and position before the loss. Okay, you cannot gain from it. No way. If you gain from it, it is no longer a principle of indemnity. It is called a profitable adventure already. Okay, so anything that can have profit is not insurable. Please remember. So of course, there will be, you can at most is get back the same amount, but most of the time you get less. Why you get less? Because there's an excess clause, you deduct. Because there's a betterment, you deduct. Because there's wear and tear, you deduct. Because there is some other issue, you deduct. You can never get, at most you can get is the same. You won't get more. Okay, I remember. Then if a person buy more than 2 policy, what happens? Okay, with the exception, listen carefully. With the exception of PA, personal accident, any other policy is on contribution, except PA. PA is not on contribution. Meaning what? Meaning PA you can buy from 10 insurance company. If you die due to accident, that 10 insurance company must pay you. Yes. Only PA. Whereas any other policy, let's say I buy a machine, it's worth 1 million. I go and insure with 10 company, 1 million, 1 million, 10 million. Then the machine got fire and damage, total loss. How much can I get back? Will I get back 10 million? No, I will get back only 1 million because this 10 company will share out their share, 100,000, 100,000. Indemnity, again, is indemnity. You cannot make money. You cannot have more. So no point buying more than one policy if it is on contribution basis. Except PA, again, PA only can. Medical also cannot. Medical only you can claim once from one company with the original bill. So you have 3 or 4 medical card, no point. Or maybe, yes, got point, but you can only claim the top up, the difference, up after you exhaust the first card. Okay? So long as everything else except PA, it is on contribution. Then what is subrogation? Subrogation meaning the moment after you have received your money from the insurance company, you must surrender your rights to the insurance company so that the company can sue whoever that caused you the loss. Okay, I'm going to give a very simple example. Your house gate banged by a lorry, out of control. The lorry out of control bang onto your gate and damage your gate. Then you need 30,000 to repair your automatic gate, auto gate, for example, 30,000. The insurance company pays you because you insure your automatic gate at 30,000. They pay you, but the moment they pay you, they ask you to sign a discharge voucher and they assign you the subrogation right. You must give this right to the insurance company so that the insurance company can get compensation from the lorry that caused your loss. Okay, this is what subrogation means. Huh? All right. So as an agent, what are your duties? This one very important. Huh? Remember this. Huh? First thing first, care and skill. Okay, so you need to upgrade yourself. You need to improve your skill. You need to take care of your customer. You need to take care of your principal. That is generally. You must act with reasonable diligence. Okay, reasonable meaning you must do your part. You do your best. Okay, you must conduct your principal according to the principal direction, meaning you have to follow our directive. Okay, we tell you this, you do this. If we say this rate, you follow this rate. We say this access, you follow this access. We say this condition, you follow. You must follow us. You must act in good faith at all time. Okay, and disclose to us all the dealings. Okay, you must CC to us. If you email to anybody relating to our business, you must CC us. Okay, and you must inform us. Okay, of anything that you know. For example, you have a customer that insure with us. Then they got loss of profit, business interruption policy with us. And you know very well that they are filing for bankruptcy. Let's say that, but you keep quiet, you don't tell us. Then we still insure the loss of profit. Actually, you are in breach. Okay, so basically, if you know something, again, please inform us. Utmost good faith. Remember, utmost good faith, you have to tell us. At least we know how to do and we know how to act in the event of a loss. Okay, so no argument. Or let's say, for example, you have a customer that has cancer. Then he wants to buy a medical card. Then you sell him the medical card. Then in the proposal form, do you have any illness? He say no. But you know very well he got cancer. That again is a breach. You fail the utmost good faith. Okay, so this one very important. Throughout my 30 years of doing insurance as a sales, I noticed this is an issue. A lot of times, it's not the fault of the agent. Sometimes they delay, they stretch, or they keep the money from the customer. When the customer pay them, they keep first. They wait until the 7th day to pay us, or they wait until the 60th day to pay us. Don't do that. Never do that. You know why? Because you will never know what will happen to you on day 6. Okay? You never know. Maybe you could fall sick, or maybe your relative fall sick and you have to drive. Somebody come and visit you. You have to go to airport to fetch them, and you forgot to submit the payment to us. When you forgot to submit the payment to us, it's a breach already. So when there's a breach, remember the CBC breach? It's a very serious breach. You will be terminated if you breach more than 3 times. So basically, don't do that. And if you can, ask the customer to pay us gross, then we issue you a commission check. That's the best. Okay, you don't have to lose sleep. You don't have to worry about the time to pay us. Okay, like I say, time management is very crucial. Even though we allow 60 days premium warranty, that doesn't mean that you can keep the money for 59 days. Wrong. If your customer pay you on day 1, you have to quickly pay us on day 1 as well. Day 2 or day 3. Don't wait until 60 days. Don't think that because they got premium warranty 60 days, I keep the money for 60 days. Don't do that. Never do that. It's wrong. Okay, so comply with all the terms and agreement to observe all regulation provided under Financial Services Act 2013. If I were you, in your free time, go and Google search Financial Services Act 2013 and read. If you don't understand, email to our agency management.generally.com.my. They can explain to you. Okay, so if I were you, I would do it. All right. All right. Okay, so again, Bank Negara is looking at our insurance business very, very strictly, and they are monitoring us, and we need to comply with all the audit. Okay, they do regular audit not just to us, to all the 19 insurance company in Malaysia, and anyone's found to be breaching any of those conditions, there will be consequences. Okay. Now, these are basic information, but I think that you need to know. Huh? That means agent, okay, you have 2 license in general insurance. Okay. Okay, you cannot collude with any company, platform, any other to sell product from various insurance. You cannot do that. Huh? Intermediaries shall not collude or attempt to serve a proxy or terminal agent. Don't do that. Huh? Or parking business. Never do that. Huh? You want to do this, you must sign a collaboration with them separately, and you have to be responsible for all the uh, collection, the CBC, and all the policy. Okay, so even if you can do it. You want to do it. Let's say you know somebody, and that somebody wants to migrate to Australia, for example. Then he got some business. He's got some agency business. Not much, maybe 300,000. So you want to take over. He talk to you, then you buy the business from him. Can or not? Can. But make sure that when you submit to us the premium and the policy from the other side, for the when you buy over, is your if you're dealing with them, not with us. We don't recognize them, we recognize you. So anything wrong or any fault or any default or whatever, you are responsible for it. Okay. So like I say, don't just think that is a good thing, but you have to study carefully, because I do have many agent of mine that's being conned, so to speak, being conned to buy business, but end up don't get anything, but pay up the money already, and they don't get the business. And when they got the business also, it's all crap business. So basically, you have to be very careful. There are a lot of con men out there. Okay. You cannot do multi-level marketing system. Never do it. Because insurance is always a direct business through agent and one layer only. Meaning what? Meaning you and you alone. If you want to have a sub agent or what, you do it on your own. You want to share commission with anybody, introduce is on your own. But you cannot link it to our business. When we collect, we want to collect from you and not your whoever that you work with, or we don't want to know any form of any agreement with another party. You should not do that. If I were you, don't do it, because nobody is as trustworthy as yourself. You think you can trust that person, you end up being conned. You end up losing your money, you end up losing your business, and I don't know, a lot of them are in trouble because of that. So don't do it. Never do it. If you want to do an MLM business for other product in your free time, go ahead and do. But never do it for insurance business. Never, because there is a many what do you call it, issues will crop up in the future. Don't, like I say, don't ever do it. Okay. So these few are the final one from the Bank Negara. The name of insurer publishing advertisement shall be clearly displayed advertisement. Okay, meaning what? Meaning the moment you want to do advertisement, either online or let's say you have a Facebook page, you want to sell, please make sure that you clearly define the condition, the principle that you are representing. Make sure that you spell it out clearly. Okay, and then before you want to advertise, please get approval from our brand comp. Okay, on the logos that you want to use, on the design that you want to use, because we must have a certain consistency. Okay, so if you have not attended the briefing by our brand comp, please attend. Please tell your MO that you want to attend. They do it every first week of the month. Okay, it's under the onboarding. The brand comp people from generally will share with you what are the do's and don'ts if you want to advertise. Every month there is a onboarding training session. So please inform your MO. Please tell them that you want to attend, and the MO will let the brand com people know that they can include them when they onboard them, and then they can actually, that program is meant for new agent. But for those of you existing agent, you want to know how to advertise, what are the do's and don'ts, what are the things that can do and cannot do, please attend so that you can understand better. All right, let's move on. Code of ethic. Very important, huh? For your information, you all are registered agent, means you are professionals. Okay, you are professional. Do you know that in UK, the level of professionalism of an insurance agent is the same? I repeat, is the same as a lawyer. Yeah, if you are in UK, you walk around, people look at you, look up to you as if you are a lawyer standard. Do you know that? Because all the agreement under the insurance policy are legal agreement, legal documentation. You are representing a legal company. You are a legal advisor to your customer. Yes, everything is very legal and professional and documented, and everything is in compliance with the regulation. Okay, so like I say, if you are in UK today as an insurance agent, people respect you like they respect a lawyer. Okay, so please behave like one. Okay, you should be proud you are a lawyer, so to speak, especially if you have a CAII qualification. CAII stands for Certificate Asia Institute of Insurance. Okay, so if you have this qualification, you can put your qualification in your name card. The respect for you will be much, much more higher. So for those of you who want to attend the tutorial classes for the CAII, please come and attend my class every alternate Thursday. I had one last Thursday, so I'm going to have one next Thursday at 4 o'clock. Okay, inform your MO that you want to attend. After you attend my tutorial, there are 7 classes. After you complete the 7 classes, you can go for the exam. It's all ABC, multiple choice question. You pass 70 out of the 100 question, you can get your CAII. All right. So please do it because it will give you good benefit and good professionalism. All right. So there are many, many rules under the Bank Negara that you have to comply with. But today we're going to summarize it for you. Okay. So long as you don't commit any criminal act, you are safe. You don't do any illegal activity, you are safe. You don't ask for bribe, you don't blackmail anybody, you are safe. But if you blackmail people, if you ask for bribery, then you are subject to jail term. Seriously, under corporate liability, section 17A, you are, if you are convicted, you will go to jail for 20 years or 1 million minimum. I'm being very serious. I'm telling you, because I do come across people try to blackmail and try to ask for bribe. If somebody were to report you to SPRM, then you will have to go to jail. Very serious, huh? Take this very, very seriously. Don't commit any criminal act, criminal breach of trust, dishonesty, bribery, corruption. Don't do it. Okay? My advice, never do it. Or else you cannot, you have sleepless night because you don't know who will report you. And SPRM today are very, very effective. The moment they receive a report, they will zoom in already. They will zoom in and they make sure that you cannot. So basically, please, don't do it. Okay? Those of you who have done it, you pray to God nobody report you. Serious, Yeah, I'm not going to go through it. Like I say, the bottom line is that so long as you, okay, but then corporate liability today, it now the net is wider, meaning not just you, your partner, your clerk, your staff, your runner, anybody that associate with you, if they were to commit any of the criminal act or any of the breach of the criminal breach of trust or any form of bribery and corruption, you also will kena, because you, under corporate liability, you are responsible. Yes. So if I were you, quickly advise and inform your clerk. Anybody come try to bribe him or her, make sure that you report. Okay. Now, if you want to know more about this, please attend my class, Anti-Bribery and Corruption, ABC. Tell your MO you want to attend my ABC class, then you will know more details. Very, very serious. Nowadays, like I say, our SPRM is very, very effective. We are going seriously, they are going seriously all out to catch any wrongdoers. Okay, principle and conduct towards. Anyway, you all can hear me. Am I on mute? No, right?
No, you are.
Okay,
We
good. Can hear me? Okay, great, great, great. So basically, all right. Now, when you deal with customer, this is also another important issue, matter. Make sure that you don't cheat them. Yes. If your customer were to make a report against you that you cheat them, then you'll be terminated. Very serious. Never ever deliberate wrongdoing or gross negligence. Okay, you cannot do it. Because a lot of times, okay, this I need to share with you my own experience. I'm not going to mention where I was at that time, but I heard this from the customer, from the agent to the customer. I remember very clearly, many, many years ago, I was at my agent's office. And when the customer comes in and want to buy an audit policy, and my agent go and tell the agent, not just mine, the agent represent a few principal. The agent go and tell the customer, buy audit, good, audit, everything also pay. Everything also pay. Audit, everything also pay. That is a wrong statement, because if your customer were to record that statement, and when there is a claim, you cannot pay, then he will use that against you. Okay, so basically, don't ever commit anything that you don't know. So right after that, the customer walked away, but the customer luckily didn't buy. I pulled the agent aside. I said, sorry, you made the wrong statement just now. You should not say like that. Because under the audits, there are 20 exclusion and 18 20 exclusion and 18 condition that you have to follow. Only then you can pay the claim. Yes, there are so many condition and exclusion. Please read the policy. Don't simply say always everything pay. No. Always a lot of things don't pay also. Wear and tear don't pay. Scratches don't pay. Denting don't pay. War don't pay. Nuclear don't pay. A lot of things don't pay, man. So don't just say everything pay. Everything cover. No, a lot of things don't cover. Sinking not cover. Loss of theft of parts not cover unless it is extension. There are many, 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 many. Okay, again, for those of you who want to learn more about ORIS, please inform your MO. Please attend my class on ORIS. Then you will learn more, because ORIS, even though the word ORIS is not ORIS, there are many, many exclusion and condition attached to that policy that are not payable. Okay. So again, as a professional, you are a lawyer. Don't forget, you must advise accurately and correctly. Don't simply talk. Don't simply commit. Okay. So your role is our link to the customer. The customer will trust you, and the customer will look at you as if you are generally. You are representing us. You are carrying our logo. You must act good faith and good professionalism at all the time. Okay. So make sure you are competent and you have the capability. So if you feel you're incompetent and you don't have the capability, please attend my training. Okay, again, attend my training. I will have training this month. I think there's another 2 training coming up middle of the month. Sorry, end of the month. Okay, and I'll be doing some traveling I'm going to Klang on the 17th. If you're in Klang area, you can always go to Klang branch to attend my class. Then I'm going to where else? Yeah, for this month, I'm going to Klang. Okay, so and I'm going to Sandakan as well on the 28th. So if you are in Sandakan area or La Datu area, please attend my class because it's important that you learn more because you need to be competent and capable. Okay. Then you must have a minimum expectation. When the customer asks you for advice, if you cannot advise them, please get your MO to assist you. Okay. You cannot say, I don't know and I don't care, and please go and ask somebody else. No, don't do that. When the customer asks you something, if you cannot answer, please get your MO or your branch manager to assist you. All right. So basically, like I say, you must have a minimum expectation from you. You must act as if you are the expert. Okay, you must be an expert in your own field. All right. So like I say, like, if you are in England today, people look at you as if you're a lawyer. So you must have that integrity and that professionalism in you. So again, I would hope that you all can take the qualification, at least get a CAII, so that you can be more confident and you can give quality service. So the moment when you give quality service, I can tell you, I can share with you, I do know of an agent. When I knew him in the year 2005, he was a small agent doing around 300,000. Fast forward 20 years later, at the time he got a wife and a clerk to help him, 300,000. Okay, he got one clerk and one wife. The wife assists him and the clerk. Today he got like 15 people working for him, and he's doing around 20 million. Yes. You know why? Simple only. I observe his growth, all about quality service. If you have quality service, when you give the right coverage and your customer can claim correctly, the word spread. The moment they spread, everybody will come to you already. I remember he started very small, very humble at 300,000. I knew him since 2005, from 300,000 to 20 million. If he can do it, so can you. But he has one thing. He has quality. He knows his product. And he, in the free time, his own free time, he will read the policy wording. Okay, so of course, I don't expect you to read the policy wording, but at least you must know what are the coverage. Please get to know your coverage, do your homework, put in more effort, study your CAII, get your exam, get your qualification. Okay, okay. Then you can be him. 20 years from today, I hope I can meet you. I hope I'm still around. Yeah, I hope I'm still around. 20 years from today, I'll be 77 years old. Then you tell me, Peter Tai, I attended your class 20 years ago. You challenged me. Okay, now today I prove it to you. I want to hear that. Okay, advising customer minimum expectation. Again, when you advise your customer, you must be very honest. If the policy don't cover certain things, tell them don't cover. Don't go and tell them like the story I shared with you. Oh, all this, everything cover. No, never do that. Must spell out to them. Under all this, most of the things are covered except this. Tell them the truth. Okay, at least your customer have the expectation and they are aware. For your information, this is a very sad development actually. When the Putra Height accident happened, we noticed that a lot of the consumer there have the wrong policy. A lot of things they cannot claim. Yes. So sad. Because we set up a booth, so we know they came to us and they show us their policy. Some of them issue under vacant risk. Yes. Because they will never got the right advice. Because you know why? Because they bought it through the bank. The bank insure for them. So Okay, so basically, like I say, there are a lot of people out there. They are not aware that they are holding a policy that does not correspond when there is a claim. When there is a claim, only they found out that cannot claim. Then what they will say? Oh, mohim ngak yan. Insurance tipu orang. Yeah, that's the general response. But they don't know that the policy that they're holding are the wrong policy, or the expired policy, or the wrong sum insured. Always underinsured, every year underinsured. Because you know why? They always say renew based on last year. Same as last year, same as last year. So when you same as last year, your sum insured is already wrong. Of course, there's underinsurance. When there's underinsurance, what happens? Of course, it's not payable. I mean, they won't pay in full because you're underinsured. There is a average clause. All right. Okay. As an agent, okay, you must not have any conflict of interest in dealing with customer. Don't do that. Okay, never do that. All right. For example, you have a customer. He has a shop lot. He's insuring the shop lot. Now, his shop lot is tenanted to somebody else. Let's say another company. Can you do the shop lot, the owner shop lot customer business? Yes or no? Of course, it's yes. But as a courtesy and a responsible agent and a professional agent, you should inform the landlord. Mr. Landlord, I want to talk to your tenant who has opened a saloon down there. You rent them to open a saloon. I want to talk to them to buy fire policy from us for the item inside the saloon. You must inform them, okay? Because it's courtesy and also professionalism. Because, like I say, if you don't, it can be seen as conflict of interest because you are insuring the customer without the knowledge and the consent of the landlord. Okay, so this little thing that you have to be honest and you have to be upfront and, like I say, always tell the truth and always act in utmost good faith in all dealing. Then you sleep soundly. Okay. Then you must maintain confidentiality all the time. For your info, I visited some of my agents and they still keep files of many years, and they still keep information of the customer personal data, which is outdated, and they still keep file, which is wrong. You should not. Always remember, when your customer give you their IC, photostat IC and all that, you must cross it out on the IC, and you can only keep for a certain number of years, up to 7 years. If it is the customer is no longer with you, please destroy. When I say destroy means what? You have to shred it. You have to tear it into pieces. Don't just throw the whole thing into the dustbin, because if you do that, the dustbin guy can just collect it, and if the thing is still intact, they can still get the information down there. They can make use of it. So never do that. Always shred all personal data belonging to your customer the moment they are no longer your customer. Cannot keep. I repeat, cannot keep. You have a lot of old file. If I were you, look through all your file again. If the customer is still with you, only keep the current information, the latest update information. All the old policy, all the old IC or whatever document that they give to you, please destroy them. Don't keep it, because, like I say, you are not allowed. You must keep confidentiality. Okay, why do I advise you like this? Is because I don't want it in a situation where one day when your shop or your office being the thief come in and do steal thing, and they may steal your data from the customer and then they sell the customer data. Okay, we don't want that to happen. So basically, like I said, if you can destroy all this information of your customer, the moment your customer no longer renew with you, no longer your customer, please destroy their data. That's the best. Okay. Okay. Now, today customer are very tech savvy. A lot of times, a lot of times they want to go online to do things. Okay, so nowadays they no longer provide you with a physical copy. They will send it online to you, email it to you, or you send WhatsApp to you. Am I right? Okay, please take note that if they were to do that, there is a chance of them breaching, exposing themselves to cyber criminal. Yeah, that's another thing that we have to worry. The cyber criminal today are very active and very smart, and they are stealing data, stealing information, impersonating somebody to get information online. So basically, again, please be careful. If your customer were to send you, make sure that it's encrypted, make sure that you have a good firewall to prevent your data being leaked to a known third party. Okay, now we move on to, okay, when you open, let's say, especially when you open a shop office, when you have an office and sell our insurance product, your office must be accessible to everybody. And when the public come to buy insurance from you, okay, you have to be careful also, because today there are many people that trying to money laundering. They want to do money laundering, or they want to make false claim. Okay, there are many people who are doing that. Now, as a rule of the thumb, I would like you all to practice the customer due diligence and know your customer. KYC, know your customer. If they were to come and let's say they want to buy policy. Okay, the reason why I want to share this is because of late, I was told by one of my manager, I'm not going to mention the branch, that there's a customer come to his office, walk in, and urgently want to buy a comprehensive car insurance, which he just he just check. He didn't. I mean, he just accept lah. Walk in client lah. So buy a comprehensive car insurance. Then okay lah, nothing happened. Issue. Then he make payment cash. Fine. 2 weeks later, the police called him. My branch manager. Why? Or because that car is involved in a bank robbery. You see, this kind of thing happen. So when, of course, my branch manager say, hey, I don't know. How can I guarantee that he does not commit crime? Using he used the car to commit crime. So basically, if you don't know the customer come to you, and if you smell a rat or you suspect something, I read somewhere that people say that people want to impersonate me. One question. I'm sure you know what I look like lah. So if people want to impersonate me, not easy But I do confess, I do want to share that my WhatsApp, my photo, because last time I used a handsome photo in my WhatsApp. So my photo and my WhatsApp has been hacked and used by people that try to solicit money from my contact. Yes, it happened to me before. So they text them saying that I need urgent 5,000 ringgit. Can you just transfer the money to me? But the transfer money, the account is a company. So I got a few friends who they know me. I'm quite rich, so they don't ask. They know that it's not me. But some people, they call me and say, "Hey, Peter, what happened?" I said, what happened? Yeah, what happened? You need money? I said, no, I never need money. I need money, but I don't not need. Why? I said, yeah, you just WhatsApp me. I said, can you screenshot to me? Well, it was my photo. They used my photo as him. Well, dangerous. Because you know. So I quickly cancel my WhatsApp. I exited the WhatsApp for 1 week. I exit from all the groups because you know why? Because I don't want them to infiltrate me and go to my groups. Because my group, I got a lot of groups inside them. So all the group will receive it. So it happens. It happened to me. So yes, you are right. Somebody may impersonate me, but if somebody want to impersonate me to borrow money from you, you know it's not me lah. Joke aside, but you know this kind of thing, if it can happen to me, it can happen to you. So don't think that it's safe. Okay. This one is very important. One of the way for you to continuously deepen your expertise and adapt to ever-changing curriculum in the insurance market is, number one, please attend all our training, especially the update on the recent development. Okay, like for example, the EPDRM. A lot of you didn't attend the EPDRM, right? Please make sure you attend. Then we're going to have year end, we're going to have the code of conduct training again. Okay, we're going to have the compliance training again. Please attend, because you know why? All these are important. You need to know what are the government's requirements, what are the government's latest update. Okay, next year, certain changes or certain requirement will be required on the certain thing. So we will never know. Until today, I am not know, but I was told something is coming up. I need to advise you all. Okay. So basically, always, like I say, always be on the alert and try to attend as many training as you can. This one very important. You know how to treat your customer, and now you must know how to treat your company that you are representing. You are representing us generally. Okay. So as our agent, you have certain role to play. You have certain conduct to adhere to. Okay. So whatever thing that you do, always act on our behalf in a very good faith and in good manner. You are our ambassador, so to speak. You represent us in the market. Okay, so make sure that your conduct is professional. When you do your business, it's professional. When you treat your customer, you treat it with professionalism. Okay, because again, you are representing us. You are our sales force, so to speak. But instead of taking salary, you are taking commission. All right. So always act in good faith. Always act in good manner. All right. Again, I'm going to repeat this. I may be Chonghei, long-winded, but you need to hear this one more time. Don't keep your clients' money. Never keep your clients' money. The moment you receive, quickly remit to us. The best is ask them to pay us gross. You wait for your commission check. That is the best. If they cannot pay us gross, you collect your money from the customer because you need to give them discount or whatever. Then you pay us net. Make sure you don't drag. Make sure you don't wait to the last minute. Make sure you don't wait to keep for 59 days because it's premium warranty. Never do that. Never do that. Again, if you were to breach, CBC is a very serious offense. I have to, we have our company, we are required to report you for CBC breaches. Okay, which will not be good for you. We don't want to report you if we can. But if you were to breach, we have to report you. We are a very compliant company. We follow the regulation very tightly because auditor from Bank Negara always come to our office to audit us. So we need to make sure that we comply. Okay, not only our Bank Negara auditor, we also have our internal auditor and also our group auditor. Okay, so basically we have to comply with all. Okay, so this one is the colleague compliance principle of conduct towards the colleagues of our insurance company. I do know that certain agents have very negative response to some of our MO, even write threatening email, calling names, and threatening to sue. Actually, all these are wrong. You should not do that. There is a proper channel for you to make complaints. Don't use threatening word or blackmailing word to our staff. Never do that. Because this, we can take this disciplinary action against you. If any of our MO were to, let's say, lacking certain thing, you need to advise us. You need to inform us, inform the superior. Okay, you have the branch manager, you have the regional manager. to report to. And then you have our Dato Tan, who is in charge of all the branches, and you have Mr. Wang, who is in charge of all the agency business. So you got so many channels to report to. You don't have to use threatening word or blackmailing, because I've seen myself some of the email that you have written, some of our agent written to our colleague are very demeaning and very. I'm sad to say that there are some of our agents who behave very rudely. I'm very sad actually. We are all humans. Sometimes, yes, we make mistakes. Sometimes the staff is sick. I was in servicing before. Sometimes my MO was sick. They reply email at 11 o'clock at night, even though they are sick, just to reply you. Because why? They scared you complain. There are people who are until that level. Why must you torture them mentally like that? Not right, right? We are all humans. We all have family. You all have family. He also have family. Why must you do this to them? Okay? So please have a certain degree of humanity and respect for people. That's all I ask from you. Okay? If the MO is slow in responding, there must be reason. Okay? Maybe they are waiting for other party to respond. You don't know. Check. Okay? And you have a proper channel to raise your concern. Okay? Don't use threatening email and things like that. It's not good. Okay? This one. CPD training for all agents. I'm happy to share that as at today, we generally has conducted more than 200 hours of CPD training for our agent. Yes, you hear me right, 200 plus hours. Okay, so most of you have attended more than 20 hours. Thank you very much. Some of you attended around 10 hours. Some of you attended less. So, but anyway, please attend 20 hours at least. For the newcomers, you have to attend at least 12 hours. Okay. So this is common knowledge already. I'm not going to go into details. Okay. This is the accreditation and the criteria. For your information, we not only do online training, I also do tutorial. That is for the CAII, is on hybrid. Hybrid meaning you can come in the class physically, and also we can do online together. And also on top of that, I also do physical training at branches upon the request of the branch manager. Okay, for example, this next Friday, the branch manager of Klang requested me to do a physical training at his branch, so I will be there. So basically, when I do physical training, it's also considered a physical CPD, and you can always attend if you're within that vicinity. Okay, and always if you need one's physical training, you can always engage your MO and your branch manager. For example, the following week on the 15th, also I'm going to Seremban. So if you are in Seremban area, you can always come to attend our training. If you are on Klang Valley area, you can always go to Klang to attend our training. Okay, and I'm going to Sandakan and La Datu end of the month, you can come. Okay, these are physical training. Next year, I'm going to do additional training, which is what we call mock PCIEA exam. Mock exam, meaning what? Meaning I'm going to conduct a mock exam for those potential new agents that wants to take the exam, and we'll go through the exam question together and the answer together to make them realize or make them improve their chances of passing the exam. Okay, so if you have anybody, or if you know anyone who wants to take the PCEIA exam, please ask them to attend my mock exam classes starting next year. All right. Okay, and on top of that, we also engage external trainer. For example, this month, middle of this month also, we engage the external trainer to conduct training at Penang branch. So you can always sign up and attend. If you are in Penang area, you can always inform your branch manager that you want to attend. Okay. Like I say, so far we have monitored all your CPD and it's quite healthy. Most of you completed more than 10 hours. I would say more than half completed 10 hours. Thank you very much. So I assume that you complete 10 hours from us. another 10 hours from your second principal. Okay, but if you want to attend 20 hours from us, also can. All right, so please reach out to your MO for the remaining training classes for this year until November. Okay. All right, so I believe you all have known this, but I'm just gonna go through very briefly. Customer, there are two types. One is individual, one is corporate. The due diligence, again, like I say, you must know your customer. Know them. If you don't know them, please try to get to know them. Okay, after you know them, the best is that you know your customer, then you can do their business soundly. But if not, then you have to do due diligence. Okay, but even if you don't do due diligence, you must get all this information upfront for us. And especially this one, our corporate customer, we have a dedicated team in our HQ that goes through all the customer in our book. If they were found to be in breach or they are in the under the sanction listing, it could be local or internationally. If they are in the sanction list, their name is their name appeared in there. Their policy will be cancelled. Please take note. Make sure that you know your customer and they are not buying insurance for money laundering. If they are, we found out, their policy will be cancelled. Okay. Now, if you have a customer that has 5,000 and 50,000 premium, okay, so basically these are some of the things that you need to take note, okay, because this is under the regulatory compliance regulatory. So yeah, like I say, you have to follow the IC, the valid passport, okay, the memorandum MMA, okay, the certificate, section 14 and all that. So basically, you need to know all this, okay? Okay, I'm not going to repeat this. Cash before cover, I already explained in detail. Again, premium warranty, I already explained in detail. Okay, acceptance of business in generally. Okay, proposal form is very important. Very, very, very important. You need proposal form. Your customer need to sign. Never fill up on their behalf and never sign on their behalf. If they are illiterate, they don't know how to fill up. You want to fill up, can, but you must explain to them one by one, what are you filling up? What are the things that you fill up? And ask them to look through and read to them one by one and make sure that when they sign, they know what they are signing. Okay? The reason why I say this is because of this. Last week, there is a big case involving one bank. I'm not going to show, I'm not going to say which bank. The customer is illiterate. So the customer goes to the bank and put money in a FD of 30,000. Listen carefully. The customer want FD at 30,000. The bank get an agent to come and issue a policy, life policy of 30,000 instead of FD. Yeah, that bank did it, and that bank now is in trouble because that agent asked the customer to sign blindly on a insurance proposal form rather than a FD. But FD form, I think there's a form you have to fill in. I think I'm not sure. Anyway, so the agent told the customer, oh, your return is higher if you put in this rather than you put in FD. FD only get 2%, 3%. This one you get like 8%. So the customer thought it is an FD and they sign. Then, but end up that it is an insurance policy. Okay, so people are doing that to those illiterate customer. So again, proposal form must be signed by the customer and the customer must know what they are signing. Okay. So that case, how? The customer already signed the proposal form. So the bank got a valid reason, hey, your customer signed this, they agreed to buy this insurance policy. So like I say, we don't want all these things. Make sure that if you have a customer who does not know how to fill in the form, if you need to fill in on their behalf, make sure you go through point by point and explain to them point by point what are the things that you issued. Okay. Now, customer need to receive cover note and policies from us. within the stipulated time frame. Okay, but normally we issue cover note is because it's required by the law, and it is the fastest for you to hold cover with a physical form. So most our non-motor also you can issue cover note. Okay, if you go to Omni system, you can issue cover note on the spot, and we have this smart system that can convert the e-cover note onto e-policy already. So basically, we have shortcut a lot of step for you all. Okay, but anyway, nevertheless, please take note that we do come across where there are fake cover note being issued. Yes, fake cover note being issued, fake policy being issued. I've seen myself, fake cover note and fake policy. So, like I say, as a responsible agent, you make sure that your customer receive only the original document from us, the original policy from us, the original e-cover note from us. All of you, as an our agent, we have a credit limit in the Omni system for you to issue. Okay, the moment you exit, you have to quickly replenish and quickly make payment so that you can continue to have the credit limit. Okay, whenever we say refer risk, meaning we need to get underwriter approval for that certain risk. Okay, not all the risks we can take, and certain risks are referred. And if the customer, if the underwriter come back and to decline, is a decline risk. Okay, but also we have a decline risk category. So please check with your MO what are the decline risks. If you know there is a decline risk, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. No need to appeal because it will be declined. Don't waste time. Okay? So you want to know what are the decline risks? Please talk to your MO. Okay, so as a under the purview of Bank Negara, okay, all this transparency you must follow. Cannot hide information. Okay, so the best is for every product, please print out the product sheet, product information sheet. Okay, you can go online. We have it there. Each product, there is a product information sheet. Print out, show it to your customer. When you talk to your customer, always have in hand either the brochure or the product sheet, product information sheet, to show sheet, SHEET, to show to your customer so that go through with them, transparent, tell them what are the coverage, what are the exclusion. Okay, don't repeat what I've shared with you just now. Where the agent go and sell a life policy to the customer, but explaining to them is an FD. Yeah, it happened. Okay. Before the customer agree, this is called pre-contractual disclosure. You must tell them exactly what are the do's, what are the coverage and what are the not coverage. Don't simply say that, oh, all this everything covered. Don't. Oh, medical card, everything covered. No, medical card also not everything covered. So basically, I say you must know the product first, uphand. If you don't know, please print out the product sheet, study first before you meet your customer, or get a copy of the brochure, study it, understand it before you meet your customer. Okay, make sure you disclose everything accurately. Okay, you must explain to them the insurable interest, the duty of financial disclosure representative, okay, the contract indemnity and contribution. Okay, you also need to explain the type of cover and the scope of cover. Because a lot of people confuse. A very common confusion is what? Travel PA. Travel PA. A lot of people thought it's medical travel. Medical travel. No, it's not. It's not travel medical. It's travel PA. It covers personal accident with a small percentage of coverage for medical. Not the other way around. Don't think that you can take this travel PA, go to overseas for medication. No, cannot. The medication part is very small. The main part is PA. That's why it's called TPA. That's why it's so cheap. Because it's PA. If it's TMC, travel medical card, it's gonna be very, 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 very expensive. Okay, a lot of people don't know. They thought they can go overseas and use that travel PA to claim medical. Yes, you can, but it's subject to emergency, subject to certain thing, and there is a small limit only. You cannot claim the full amount. Okay, a lot of customer confused. They come back, they complain, they lodge to the IMF, not IMF, the ombudsman. Okay, and I read the study, I read the report. A lot of them were told by the agent that medical is covered overseas. Aduh, medical is covered overseas because of emergency, not because you need to do a surgery. If you need to do a surgery, you want to go overseas to cover, you must buy international exclusive, IE policy. That one, yes, but not our travel PA. So like I say, you must know the policy lah, the type of coverage, the exclusion and all that. Okay, and also you must bring down the premium breakdown carefully. Never ever put in your personal charges onto the premium. Never do that. Because I've seen where they add in the 10 ringgit, what do you call that? Can somebody mute? Hello? Can somebody mute yourself? Okay, so basically, thank you. So again. Okay, so basically, if if you want to charge, let's say you do JPJ services. Can you do JPJ service? Of course you can. Can you do the renewal tax? Of course you can. But when you do that, you cannot add this onto your premium. You must charge separately. You must issue a separate invoice. You cannot lump it up together. Last time can, but now cannot. Now under e-invoice, you cannot do that. You have to issue your own e-invoice for the consumer to pay for the JPJ services. Let's say you charge 20 ringgit to deliver the road tax to their house or for whatever lah, no? Or you do inspection for them, you get their lorries to get inspection for them. Some are agents doing that. Okay, you can do that. But whatever charges that you make to them, you have to issue a separate invoice for it. Okay? Okay, medical and health I already mentioned. I'm not going to mention it again. Okay. 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 So why medical is important is because a lot of claims being rejected because of the misdescription and misconception of the medical card. And then a lot of the things that are charged by the hospital actually is not claimable, but was not informed to the customer. The agent failed to do that. So please, 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 when you sell medical card, you must know exactly what are the exclusion, what are the staff not payable, what are the things covered, you must tell them, and what are the limit, you must tell your customer. Okay. If they don't know, they thought the medical card is like a free hospital stay, then your customer will be very, very upset because it is not. Okay. So another point that you need to inform the agent, the customer, is that premium for medical is always on the rise. Reason because the medical cost is always on the rise. Inflation, it never goes down, it will go up. If you feel that today is expensive, wait 2 years, it will be more expensive. If you wait 2 years more expensive, the following 2 years lagi more expensive. You will not get cheaper. All right. So basically, always revise the limit because it is never enough. Always buy the highest plan to be safe. Okay. Okay. All this you need to know. Like I say again, make sure that the rights and the obligation. Okay. The fees charged. When you charge your fees separately, you must inform. Okay. Of course, some policy allow cooling off, some don't. What are the exclusion? Okay, what are the liability and the contact details? All right. And you must also know what are the channel for complaint. Okay. Now I'm gonna test your knowledge. If your customer is not happy with a claim, apart from complaining to the company and apart from complaining to you, who else can they complain to? Let's see whether you can answer. You can type in your answer. I can see your, can I see your, anybody participate? Anybody participate? Ombudsman banning, very good. Anybody else? Okay, only Benny got the right answer. Good job, Benny. Yo, good job. Bank Negara, actually Bank Negara has appointed ombudsman. So ombudsman is the main point. Okay, so how do you get to know the ombudsman? Very simple. Go to your branch office. There is a poster. Okay, at the branch main door there. I mean, either it's inside or at the main door area. You can see ombudsman. Okay, make sure that you know where they are. Make sure you have their email. Make sure you have their contact. So if your customer were to not satisfied with anything, ask them to go there. So Garantia Consulting, good job. TP, good job. DWTY, good job. Yo, good job. Okay, correct. You got it all right. Good. Likewise, for motor insurance. I need to share one interesting story with you all. My relative, she bought online. She wants, because she's very calculative. She need to buy the cheapest policy, so she go online to check the pricing, and one company offer very cheap price. Okay, it's almost half the price. So she go and buy the policy lah. She go and buy the policy, then she got the road tax, everything happy. So when it comes to claim, she cannot claim. You know why? Because the reason why it's so cheap is because that company issue her a third-party fire and theft rather than comprehensive. Yes. Nobody reads policy. Customer never read policy. So long as they can renew the road tax, they're happy. They don't know that you can, I mean, you will buy when something is too cheap. Normally the coverage is very less. Okay. So after that, she called me and ask me to help. I said, how to help? When you buy your policy, no wonder it's so cheap. Because if you were to tell us that you want to buy comprehensive fire and theft, ours is also cheap. But what for? You cannot claim your own. Then only she regret. Okay. A lot of times when people buy online, they have all these issues. Therefore, they still trust agent. Okay. So when they trust you as an agent, please make sure advise them carefully. If a consumer wants to buy a cheap policy, just tell them that the cheapest is third party. Yes, third party. But you must tell them, in the event of a claim, in the event of accident, sorry, you cannot claim. Simple as that. Even third party, fire and theft, you cannot claim. Even theft, also cannot claim. Tell them that. Okay, then they'll ask you, okay, what is the second alternative? Second alternative is third party fire and theft. Theft, you can claim. Fire, you can claim. But if your car accident, OD cannot claim. Must tell them, advise them, okay? So that they realize. The best is, of course, comprehensive. Comprehensive, then everything covered. Okay. So basically, PA, house owner, likewise, you have to advise again accordingly, medical again accordingly. There is I think there's one case that I recall. Yeah. Now everything coming back to me. There's one policy that last time in my former company, we call it cancer cash. Okay, AXA sells cancer cash policy. So basically, cancer cash means what? Means the moment you are diagnosed with cancer, you get cash. Okay. So, but there is a condition, there's a policy requirement, you must at least certain stage, not so you need to hit certain stage only you can get that cash, not necessarily the moment you got cancer, because all of us more or less we have certain amount of cancer cell in our body, but maybe very mild, very low level, not to that high stage. Stage 4 or above and above, only then you get. So basically, if I'm not mistaken, we have a case last time, many years ago, where the customer filed a complaint saying that, oh, we got cancer, I got cancer, but no, I cannot get the cancer. Oh, because he was not right stage at the lower stage. Again, it was not properly explained to the customer. So basically, please explain carefully to the customer on the coverage, especially on medical, because medical quite complex. Okay. Now, there is a final provision. This handbook, although it's quite comprehensive, although it's quite detailed, but this is not to establish a standard of perfection. Okay, perfection. Even though we hope that you will do at best of your best level, okay, but of course, we are all humans. We do make mistake. We do make error. Okay, which is acceptable. But please, 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 please do not engage in illegal or dishonest activity. That's all. That's all we are asking for. Okay, you can make an honest mistake, fine. Okay, but don't purposely make the mistake. Okay. Let's say, for example, my agent, as I share with you the story, they say that all this everything cover. In a sense that he make an honest mistake. Okay, he's not purposely say that everything covered, but because he wants to put a layman term to the customer speak in Hokkien. So basically, translate to English means everything covered. But actually, it's not everything covered. There are certain exclusions. So like I say, honest mistake, yes, but try to minimize it. Okay. Gross neglect. This is very important. What is gross neglect? Is simply that if you have a customer that got a claim, the house is on fire, they call you and you ignore. You ignore them. That is wrong. That is totally wrong. Okay, you have to be careful and you must be caring. You must be empathetic to your customer. When your customer bought the policy from you, they are your customer for life, partner for life, just like us. We need to have long-term relationship. Don't ever neglect your customer. All right. So if let's say you don't like that customer or whatever, they always pay you late or whatever, but still you have to be professional. The moment they have any issue, you cannot neglect them. Okay. Like I say lah, just be a good person, be a kind and good person. Okay, good practice conduct. Wow. Basically, conflict of interest, better don't have. Okay. A few cases where conflict of interest can happen. Again, I'm going to share with you one case of another insurance company. It was in the news. The claims manager that approved the claims is related to the workshop. And the workshop is also an agent. Alamak. The workshop used his wife and sign up as an agent. And there are a lot of false claims inside that. But it was I'm not going to mention the company name because it's wrong. They can sue me. So basically, it happened. It happened. So basically, this is conflict of interest. If you, as an agent, you know that you are representing somebody that can influence somebody to make a decision on something, better don't do it. Don't do it. It's wrong. Okay. Like I say, that is a real story. Okay, so basically, if you do know that you are having a conflict of interest, Please inform us. Okay, tell us the truth. Generally, my name is so and so. My husband or my wife is having this workshop and they are under generally panel. Tell the truth. Tell the truth. If we say okay, we accept, then we accept. If we say sorry, this conflict of interest, we can accept, Okay. Like I said, I know we work in good faith, utmost good faith in everything that we do. Never ever do money laundering. What is money laundering? Very simple. The customer pay you already. You take the money and you go and gamble. Go to Genting. So that you hope to double the money, then you can pay us. That is money laundering already. You use the money belonging to the customer for other purpose rather than insurance. That's wrong. Or you use the money to purchase something for your own. Then you wait for another customer to pay you, then you use that customer to pay this. That's wrong. Okay, this is considered as money laundering. The purpose of the payment as an insurance payment must be made to us. Cannot be used for other purposes. Not for your personal gambling, not for your personal purpose, not for your personal use. Don't do that. Okay? Don't think that, oh, I'm going to collect, wow, this customer going to give me 300,000. Oh, okay. I'm going to keep this 300,000 for 2 months in my FD. That's money laundering. Yes, it is. Don't do that. You must treat your customer fairly. In other words, don't treat your customer like sui water fish. Don't do that. Okay. Remember the story I told you about the bank, the agent for the bank working with the bank to issue a life policy rather than an FD policy, FD for the customer. That is treating the customer unfairly. Really, they take the customer for a ride. Okay, don't do that. Free competition. Always remember, we must. There are 19 insurance company in Malaysia. Even though we need to be competitively priced, and our product must have advantage for other people, but we must allow free competition as well. Okay, so in other words, if your customer wants to see another policy from another principal, you must also share with them, and if you don't have, you must allow them to do the comparison themselves. Okay, so be a gentleman, in other words, so to speak. Okay, so let the agent, let the customer choose and to see around and to compare prices or compare coverage. Okay, but if you are generally agent, generate product, especially product like HPE, MBPE, IE, normally they cannot compare. Yesterday only I have lunch with one of my big agent who told me that especially your IE, no comparison, nobody can compete. The moment you sell IE, you are the only one that can sell. Nobody else can sell this IE policy. So I was happy to hear that because really no competition. That one you for sure you win. Then your customer cannot compare. Okay, customer data. Again, when you request for the customer data, is always must be in compliance. Don't ask anything more. Don't ask anything more. Ask anything that is required in the proposal form only. Okay, especially if your customer that is under the company. Okay, the SSM you can ask, but not anything more. Don't need to ask anything more already. Okay, so only ask the required and the necessary, especially like for example the bank information. Why we need the bank information is very simple. We need the bank information because we need to pay the claim. We need to bank into them. Don't ask for other bank. Just ask that for that one bank and that one bank alone. Okay, so the customer can give you information that's adequate for them to make claims. And when we issue the bank, direct debit into the bank. Okay. Any confidential information, like for example, this training, this information, don't pandai-pandai photostat or don't pandai-pandai screenshot and share with anybody. Don't do it. This is confidential between generally and you as our beloved intermediary. You are our ambassador. Okay, so we trust you, we share with you. Don't go and share with anybody else. You know it, enough. Don't screenshot, don't take photo, don't take video and share it with somebody else. That is wrong. Okay, confidential information. Likewise, with your customer information, don't go and share around. It's for your own knowledge only. And then please destroy your customer data the moment he or she is no longer your customer and or is above more than 6 years. Please destroy their personal data. Don't keep for confidentiality sake. Okay. And never attempt to seek bribery from anybody. Not from insurance company, not from your customer, not from the workshop, not from whoever. Don't do it. Don't think that we don't know. We know. We know who you ask bribery from. Intelligence are very good. The moment you do it, we register you with SPRM. You have to pay 1 million fine or go to jail for 20 years if you were to do that. Okay, so never ask any favor from any workshop, try to solicit any extra money from the insurance company as a blackmail or attempt to blackmail. Don't do it. If you were to do it, then like I say, the whistleblower act, we can whistleblow you and SPRM will come after you. Okay, take this seriously. Anybody ask from you, please report to us. Remember, anybody who asks bribe from you, okay, is what do you call it? Discount considered a bribe? Is discount considered a bribe? Discount. Let's say your customer say, hey, too expensive, can give me discount. Is that a bribe? Yes or no? Yes? No? Yes and no. Okay, Daniel, I'll answer you later. Yes, I see 2 yes, 3 yes. Okay, when a customer asks for discount, it's up to your discretion to give or not. You have the right to not to give. You have the right to give. It is your decision. But based on the e-invoice from Generali, the amount is always in gross amount. It's never a discounted amount. So if your customer pay on the e-invoice, they have to pay gross to us. If they were to pay directly to us, they cannot pay net because the e-invoice is always on gross. All right. So if you want to give discount, you have to do your own e-invoicing for your customer. Remember, you need to do another e-invoice to your customer that shows a lower amount. Then when your customer pay to that e-invoice issued by you, then only you pay us net. Then it's okay. But if your customer want to pay us lesser than the e-invoice amount, not allowed. Listen carefully. So you pandai-pandai go ahead and manage. But if the customer is your own brother, let's say your own brother. So your own brother, you feel like don't want to charge him any commission, is your discretion already. But again, if your own brother wants to pay direct to Generali, they have to pay gross because of the e-invoice is on gross. Okay, remember. So thank you for your answer. Let's move on. Discrimination and harassment. Okay. Lately, I received an email of harassment. Some of the agent harassing our staff, which is wrong. I'm not going to mention your name, but if you're in the top, you should know that is a very shameful act from you. Don't harass and don't discriminate. We are all human. Sometimes our staff make mistake. Yes. Sometimes they overlook. Yes. They have neglect. They have some small error. Yes. But we are all human. Please talk professionally. Please talk nicely. Please convey your grouses to the superior. Don't harass. Don't blackmail. Don't threaten. Don't do any. Don't do anything that is against the law. Okay. Don't harass and don't discriminate. All right. Social media. If you want to know about more on how to do social media advertising or go on social media to promote your product or promote your agency, please tell your MO to assign you to attend our onboarding class every month by the brand communication. Okay, inside the brand communication training, they have a very detailed advice on how to go to social media to promote your agency and your product, okay, online. So basically, you need to attend that if you want to know more, all right? Okay, so with that, I have come to the end of my presentation. As usual, I'm going to stop sharing and I'm going to read your comment, if any, so that I can answer you as much as I can. And we'll see what are your questions. So basically, okay, just now I talked about the discount. Okay, okay. Daniel, you asked about the CAII. Okay, so every alternate Thursday, I will conduct a tutorial between 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock. It's a hybrid, meaning if you are in HQ area, come to 18th floor, you can attend my class physically. Or if you can attend physically, you can go online. Please get the link from your MO. Please get your link from the MO. Okay, there's one question. AWM 42927. Okay, so your training in Klang. When? Physical training in Klang is on the 17th. 17th, we have a training in Klang in the morning. You can attend if you want to. There's another physical training on the 15th at Seremban. Okay, so if you want to attend, if you are in Seremban, you want to attend, also can. Yeah, you're right. AWM 42927. Pre-existing illness, always an argument. There's the biggest number of complaints that we receive by the ombudsman under the medical policy. Steve, if they impersonate Peter Tai, you gave me a personal call. How do I rectify that? It's real you or not? Yeah, I mean, I got this trauma because somebody impersonate me, use my photo and my WhatsApp to WhatsApp my close friends. Stigma, client always had this mindset, insurance agent want to collect more premium. Yeah, sorry lah. I mean, this kind of thing happen. Motor, okay, Abdullah, motor insurance. How about agent been collected the premium from the insured but did not pay the municipal under CBT? Yeah, again, this is considered as money laundering, criminal breach of trust. The customer money is not your money. You cannot use that money. You must pay the money to the company ASAP, secepat mungkin. The moment you receive the money, don't wait until 6 days. Don't think that I put the money in my bank first. No, don't do that. Immediately pay to us. CYL, is CAI compulsory? Okay, CAII is not compulsory yet. I put the word yet. But in the future, I believe it will become compulsory already. Okay, but for the time being, it's not compulsory, but you are advised to take because, like I say, it will make you more professional. Okay, Steve, there is a clause called waiver of subrogation extension endorsement. Can client request this endorsement on all other policy? No. Why? Because the moment you have this waiver, meaning what? Your client is in cohort, COHORT, or collaboration with the third party to seek a claim. We cannot allow that. Why must you allow that? Are you going to pakat with the other guy so that I cannot sue them? So if you are not pakating with him, then why you so worry I sue him? See, cannot. So basically, we will not waive the subrogation unless it is you can prove that is your subsidiary. It's your subsidiary company or your related company. Then you need to seek exclusion. You need to seek exception by the underwriter. The underwriter will have to look at it separately, and the underwriter must agree to it. Correct? Steve again. Chinui, is this supposed to be a soundness training? Chinui, next time in the future, if you cannot hear me, just unmute yourself and tell me because I don't know. as a trainer, I just read through the thing. I don't know, sometimes people mute me accidentally, or sometimes the connection not good, it's offline, so you don't have to be so sarcastic and say this no good Steve, during transition period of ownership transfer or asset by the way buyer and seller, fire take place and partially burn down. Insurable interest on this scenario, how? Oh, good. I like this kind of question because when there is a transition of period of ownership transfer, okay, what this is normally happen during the contract price clause situation. Meaning what? Meaning there is a contract signed between the seller and the buyer. There's a contract signed already based on the agreed volume, agreed number, and agreed price already signed. But in the transition, there is a fire, right? Okay, so basically, this is the role of the adjuster to assign which are the one that is that mean you're partially fire, right? So which are the portion that is under this or under that? So basically, yes, it's a bit complex, but however, normally under the contract price, we will base on the agreed contract price and the amount that is being agreed by both parties. Okay. Okay, another question by Steve. If the employee resign on the same day accident happened and pass away with oh yeah, this is a very tricky question. If he resign today, but he need to serve the notice, right? 2 months or 3 months. So officially he's still a staff until the notice of service is completed. Okay. But if he is being terminated 24 hours, 24 hours, right? Okay, you are being terminated 24 hours. Tomorrow you don't have to come to work. But today you're still my worker, Tomorrow only you don't come to work, So if he pass away due to accident before midnight, yes, he's your staff. After midnight, no longer your staff. Okay, so I hope that answers your question, Steve. All right. So any more question? Daniel. You only answer to my first part of the question. Second part, please. What is your question again, Daniel? Jakta is not a bright discount. What's our question? Okay, your question is okay. Oh yeah. Okay. May I know if you do the pursue the exam, we need to register with CIS members 100 and pay the cost is amount 1,000. Then only can sit for the exam, right? If you already have DMI available. Oh yeah. Okay, so okay. Yes, you are right on the first part. But if you have DMII, your DMII is once level above CAI. So congratulations, Daniel. Meaning you are already qualified. Your CAI is one, just like if you go to last time during my school days, we have SRP, SPM, STPM, right, in the school, right? Or we have a degree, we have a master degree, and we have a PhD, right? Okay, so basically, CAI is like SRP and degree. Then diploma is like SPM and master. Okay, but of course there's another higher degree But yes, if you have DMI already, you don't need to have the CAI. Thank you so much. Yeah, you don't need to pursue already. And congratulations for having us DMI. Make sure you put the DMI in your name card so that people can respect you more. But now it's no longer known as DMII. If I'm not mistaken, it's now known as AAII. AAII, Associate ASEAN Institution. Yeah, correct, AII. So put AII in your name so that when your customers see that you have this qualification, they have more respect for you because you are truly well qualified agent. Okay, long question, long session, 2 hours plus already. Thank you so much, everybody, for your session, for joining in, and for taking part in all the question and answer. And we are running out of time. Thank you so much, everybody, and I'll see you again. Right? So hopefully you can join me in my physical training at the branch level, and I'll see you again. Take care. Good day. Thank you, everybody.